What the fuck is good? We're live from my car, filming on the Lower East Side. I'm joined here by Steve K.
Hey, what's up?
What's good, yo? This is another episode of the Break Oleg podcast, you know, and we're fucking doing it, guys.
I forgot it was called Break Oleg. I love that.
It's called Break a Fucking Leg, you know, because that's what we're doing, man. We're fucking breaking comedians to the world, and my name is Oleg. I'm sure you already know that, you know. And yeah, man, this is it. Welcome to the podcast. Well, you know, and this is testament that we could literally film this motherfucker anywhere we go, because we're literally in the car right now on fucking 9th Street and First Ave over here, you know, and we're fucking podcasting.
Yeah, I don't really feel like I'm a real comedian, but I appreciate you saying that.
Man, you're a real comedian. You definitely are.
Oh, thanks, man.
For you guys that
it's
don't
great
know,
to be here.
You can follow Steve at Steve Cringe, right?
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Steve.cringe.
Steve.cringe, and he's a comedian. How long have you been doing comedy now? I know you don't like me asking these questions.
Yeah, fuck this. Fuck these questions.
But he's been doing comedy for a while, and he's a really funny guy. I met him doing the open mics, and actually I went on a trip to Boston with him and a couple of other guys.
Yeah.
And fucking, yeah, that's how I know Steve over here.
Sorry, by the way, I didn't mean to say fuck. I didn't mean to be so disrespectful right off the bat.
Why? This is the why you could say fuck on this podcast. That's
what I mean to you, just to reject you like that. I don't know.
You didn't reject me, man. You didn't reject me.
Okay.
It's all fucking good, man.
Great.
We're fucking here. We're doing it, dude. We just did a mic at Cellar 77. We did the Steve Yensel mic, you know, which is always entertaining. Which is always good. You know, we're in a basement over there.
Yeah. Love a good basement.
You know, there was girls in there today. There was 2 girls, which is usually not something you see in the basement mic over there. At least, you know.
Yeah, is that true though?
What the girl said?
Yeah.
About, I don't know. Listen, I don't know what she was talking about, kind of. But I was there last week and I didn't see any of that. But listen, if she felt some type of way, I guess that's how she felt. You know, she's allowed to speak her truth. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I don't know, man. But it was fun today. Actually, it was good. You know, fucking. I don't know.
Yeah. What do you normally talk? I should have listened to the other episodes first.
Usually,
I'm a bad friend.
Usually, what I do is I introduce people to the world, but fucking. You don't want the world to fucking.
Oh yeah.
You're like, fuck the world, fuck these motherfuckers. But you know what? You do have a point in some ways. You know, because people fucking could eat a big fat dick. Yeah.
Oh fuck! I thought that said shit.
It did say awkward. That's
I meant to click on applause.
Yep. Or we got fucking. That's like one of my favorite. But you know they have a fugazi booing button here. If you look at the booing button on this thing, it almost sounds like they're cheering for you, right? It almost sounds like this is Sparta.
Yeah. Can you do them at the same? Oh, you can't play them at the same time.
You know what? Actually, you might
have booing to gunshots.
No, yeah, it's only one thing at a time. But you know, we'll use that for the soundboard's only gonna keep getting better. But you know what else you could do on this that you might actually like? Check this out. So you change your fucking pitch.
Female. Talk. I can. Wow. Yeah. With 2 bitches. Just 2 bitches in a car. Yo, tell me I don't sound like Cardi B. Wow. That's Cardi B right there. That's awesome. You know? So you could do these like little female voices in this thing. You know? You want to talk about sexual related things? We can. We could talk about, you know, how the men tend to mansplain everything. Yeah. So, yeah. You want to hear the other options? Well, I wanted to just talk about... Nah, actually, this is too weird. Weird, right? It's really cool, though. It is kind of cool. Yeah. You can fucking call people and be like, hey, I've kidnapped your son. And nobody's gonna know who it is. Yeah. You could be like, I have a big dick. My name is fucking, I don't know. Dr. Dick. Dr. Dr. Dick, Dr. David Dick. So I just gave myself the best hand job. Yep. It was so fun. I blew a huge load all over my face. It was awesome. I'm 5 years old. Why did I blow a load that big if I'm 5? Ow. That's what a 5-year-old sounds like when they blow a load. Oh, my dick hurts. Anyway, so let's move on, because I'm sure people passing by, they don't know that we sound different. Yeah. They only hear is fucking, my dick. My dick. Check this out.
Male.
Yo.
Hello. This is the way I sound inside my own head normally. This is when my inner monologue is like this, and then when I speak, I'm like, what the fuck?
What do you tell yourself?
I'm like, first off, I got a big ass dick. Second off, I'm cool.
All right.
And that's pretty much it. I don't know. I thought I would have more. I guess I don't have much of an inner monologue.
Yeah, I don't like this voice. I feel like it's like hearing another guy saying the shit that I'm saying. That's what the changer reminds me of. It's like it's an unfamiliar voice.
Yeah. And I feel like it glitches out a little bit.
It's not perfect. Listen. Yeah, I can hear it. Hold on, check this out. This is the other effect.
Baby.
It's the baby. Oh,
wow.
Sounds
This is
like
great.
a baby.
This is so awesome. You got a beautiful laugh.
Thank you. You know, I made a joke tonight about how, like, I was a preemie. And that's not a joke. That's for real. I was actually born a premature baby. And the truth is, I ate the twin. I ate the twin brother that I was supposed to be a twin, but one of us made it. So, yeah, I really did fuck my twin.
Did you absorb its power?
Yeah, I got twin powers.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I got 4 dicks. Each of us was supposed to have 2. So I took his 2.
Do you have
Nice.
a bunch of balls too?
Nope, only 2.
What?
4 dicks, 2 balls.
That's so weird.
Yep, that's why my nuts are always so fucking heavy, because they're working overtime.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, man.
Always wanted to have more dicks, but without the extra balls.
You hear that? It's hard.
No, I don't.
But, check this out. The next effect on this thing, to me, it sounds like a racist robot. You ready?
Yeah.
Robot.
Hello. This is awesome. I like this. This is actually my inner monologue when I'm feeling really autistic. I'm like, does not compute. Like, when people are like, hey, how are you? I'm like, does not compute. Pew pew? I'm like, I don't have time for this stupid conversation. Humans. So yeah, this is I said it on another thing that they shouldn't call this robot. They should call it African American robot. You think? Yep. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, like, remember the chopped and screwed? Like the chopped and screwed? Yeah. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot, hoes all on me. This is so fucking cool. You know? I want to sound like this all the time. You know, this thing also has auto-tune on it. So, like, hold on.
Female.
So you can go, hold on.
Male. Baby. Pro.
Hold on, you do pro, and then you do hold on,
Pop.
pro. Pop. See, you see the different effects? You can do
Hello.
pop. Pop is not bad. This is the one I
Oh,
use.
yeah.
I like regular.
MC.
MC, no, that's not it. But you see how it's like a little bit different, and then
Yeah.
Original.
original. Actually, you know what? The pop
Pro.
one is nice.
Pop.
I like this one.
Pop.
Yeah, pop sounds good.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah,
Sounds
man.
mad good.
Fucking. So yo, do you have any
Yeah.
fucking stories about fucking eating dick on stage? Not literally, but fucking, or like a fucking good fucking open mic story where some shit happened that the world would fucking want to hear.
Uh. not really. The story is just that I would come unprepared, and I would try to think of what to say when other people are going up. But then I get called up first, and I have nothing. And it went badly.
You know what I learned lately? I learned a very valuable lesson of like when you go up, it depends on who's in the fucking room. But if there's like 5 comedians in the room, you don't need to do your fucking material. You just fucking yap. That's what I realized, that like you're just a waste of your fucking time and energy to, you know.
Or you could do it anyway just to punish them.
Maybe. I had it happen when I was in the fucking. I kind of got heckled a little bit, but not really. But I was like, and I should have, and I kept doing material, and that was my fucking lesson. What I should have done is just abandon the material and fucking went straight and roasted and like, you know. But you know, that's the shit you learn, man. That's right. You kind of fucking pick up on these things with time or whatever it is.
Well, that'll happen, and I think I should learn, but then I don't. It just happens again and again.
You go back to doing like.
I just make the exact same mistakes over and over again. It's crazy.
Well, that's what they call insanity, right? That's the fucking the definition of insanity, is making the same mistakes over and over again, and you know, expecting a different outcome. But you know, I think that's the thing with, like, comics are like that, right? Comics fucking tend to fucking do whatever the fuck it doesn't, you know?
Yeah, they're fucking crazy.
Yo, what do you like to do besides comedy? You have any other interests?
Edit videos.
Edit
For
videos?
sure, edit videos.
I've seen some of your posts that you put up online with your little the reaction videos and the talking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, as somebody who recently just started editing because of this podcast, it gets a little addicting. Like it's cool.
Yeah, it's nice being able to cut out whenever you're unfunny.
Yeah.
So then you just look funny in the finished product.
Yeah.
Even if you're not.
Man,
so.
I think
awesome.
you're very funny. I think you have a very unique style of writing. I think it's.
Oh man, I wasn't trying to make you.
No, I'm trying
defend me.
No, man. Fucking, I know people don't like to hear compliments. I also don't take compliments well, but the older I get, the more I fucking learn that you got to learn how to take compliments. And, you know, I think you're a very smart writing type of, your writing is very intelligent, very smart. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
You don't like that shit.
That's very nice of you, man.
But yeah, man. So fucking keep at
appreciate it, man.
Keep at it, kid. You know what
I mean, yeah. I like a lot of things you do.
Thank you, man.
You got a lot of confidence. Feel like you're very comfortable with who you are. You know yourself.
It took me a while to get here. Like, see, that's the one thing, is that I recently started doing comedy, like only for 6 months, but I've been an artist and I've been kind of like writing and I've been like creative for like a long time. So I feel like my process is there. It's just that I need to fine tune the actual, the performance or whatever it is that comes out from, you know, when you're up on stage, you know, doing your material or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I think you become a better writer, I think, with time, because you understand like the structures of jokes. So when certain things happen, you kind of start to be like, oh shit, I need to plug this in here, plug that in there, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know,
I would have thought I would have learned faster. Because I feel like when you start out, when you were like starting out, do you ever have this attitude where you're like, you don't know yet, so you're like, maybe I'm just really talented at this. And then over time, you're like, for me, I was like, no, definitely not. But like starting off, I was like, wouldn't that be awesome if I was just like really good at this?
I think everybody goes into this. Cause let me ask you a question. Growing up, were you like funny with your friends? Were you always like a
little bit. A little bit.
You know, I could tell that you're the type of, you've always got a funny little zinger. You got a funny little perspective on you know what I mean? Like if shit happens, like you're very perceptive of what's happening around you and whatever is, you know, could be funny or whatever it is. So you were never like the funny man amongst your friends. You were just kind of
a little bit, but you know, I feel like the funniest people are people that are just not like the quiet types. I was pretty quiet, but I feel like the funniest people are the people who are just always doing ridiculous shit since middle school or whatever.
Are they funny, or they just suffer from like ADHD or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because there's something funny about that. Like I think. You know, there's 2 levels of funny. There's people who are just characters or whatever it is, and then there's people who fucking who are good writers, right?
Yeah.
But usually, like, I guess the best comedians are somewhere in the middle of all that in some ways, where it's you have a character, but also is competent enough to kind of figure out that there's some structure to build on like whatever the funny that's happening or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, yeah. And if you're obsessive too,
You
then
consider
probably
yourself obsessive?
Yeah.
You find
But-
something you like? You want some hand sanitizer or something?
Oh no, I don't know what. My hand is just itching for some reason.
That means you jerk off too much, bro. That's what that means.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? You fucking, what are you, jerking off a fucking wooden statue or something? You got some splinters in
I
your...
don't use this hand,
Oh, shit.
so
Wait, so
maybe I
you,
need to start using this hand.
you jack off with your left hand? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, son. Are you a lefty? Natural
No,
lefty?
no.
Oh, shit. So it's kind of like a stranger, I guess. It's kind of like, you know, you don't want to fucking use...
I don't know actually. Maybe it's because,
Oh,
like
'cause
with my right hand, I was probably using the mouse for
That's
the
what
computer.
it is. You became a switch hitter at one point. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I've been there, done that. At this point of the game, I can fucking, you know, I can DJ a set with my fucking dick at this
Oh,
point.
nice.
You know what I'm saying? Spin the ones and twos.
You ever hear
So-
about people who say they use their hand backwards like that? I mean, we don't need to get into this.
I've
but
heard of that. No, I've heard of that. And I think the you know, those people are going to suffer from arthritis ultimately.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the way God intended it to be. I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is satanic.
You know, I think I get what they're doing. They're trying to get a little bit of a different, but you know what I'm saying? It's not natural. It's
Yeah.
not natural. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those fucking test tube babies or whatever it is. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Are they natural? Are test tube babies natural? You know,
I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
you know? Fucking, what's your creative process like? How do you write? Do you have like, do you wait for something to happen, or do you just have a routine where you sit down and you brainstorm? Do you have like a specific process for writing?
I think typically just if it goes really badly, then I just am motivated kind of unconsciously to think of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes at night I'll trying to think of something. Like
Mm-hmm.
picture, you know, yourself on stage or something for a second.
Do you really like? Is that part of the process? You picture how the joke is gonna be performed on, you know, when you're up there.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do recently a little.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about what I sound like on stage, and then just what do you want that voice to say?
Mm-hmm.
Or what should that voice say based on what your voice is like?
That's interesting.
I don't know. I mean,
No, I love asking people what their process is and how they come up with their, you know.
yeah.
Do you like, because I notice you go into topical things, you go into like, you know, do you watch the news? Do you like try to keep yourself informed or whatever it is that,
A little bit on some stuff. I'll keep up with a little bit of news.
or you'll hear something and it'll just pop into your brain and you're like, you know what would be funny with that is,
Yeah.
like your Chipotle joke is pretty funny, you know, like,
Oh yeah, like a lot of the news though, it's always like dystopian, and you know what I mean. A lot of the
yeah,
when you
especially
think
now.
about like the biggest world events are probably just the wars that are happening now.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I think-
News is always kind of crazy.
Yeah, there's always, you know, I don't even watch the fucking news. But, you know, every time I have put on the news, I've definitely found something to write. Like, I have a Garfield joke that I wrote that, like, about how Garfield, New Jersey is being overrun by feral cats. And it's it's a true story, you know, and that I literally saw that on the news. And I saw that shit, like, over a year ago before I even got up to do comedy or whatever it is. But I saw that story and I wrote it in a notebook because I was like, this is fucking hilarious to talk about because, like, Garfield got overrun by feral cats. You know, the irony. Sweet
Yeah,
irony.
yeah. That I remember before I did. Anyway, back in the day, I saw this guy do a comedy bit. I was just at a party and I didn't even have any. You like ever see comedy? And I don't know why I'm asking about this, but anyway,
No,
you ever be
ask.
at like a house party or something like that and you see comedy?
Not
just
at a
back
house
in the
party.
day, and you're
no,
like,
I
"What
never
is
seen
this?"
it. I never seen it in a house party, but I did see comedy in so I used to do like fashion shows or whatever it is a long time ago, and my ex that I used to date, she also did like fashion shows, and she did these like talent competitions at Baruch College or whatever it is, and they had like a fashion show / like talent show type of thing, and I remember they had like these guys come up. And they were like comedians, but they were like college kids or whatever. And I remember seeing them and being like, oh, that's kind of cool that these kids are doing it, you know. But I don't think
Nice.
they stuck with it. I don't think you know. That's right. Booyah. Booyah shot.
Do you think you could ever do comedy for the troops?
Yeah. I'll fucking do comedy for the Afghani troops and for the U.S. troops. I'll bring everybody together, bro.
You do it for the Taliban?
I'll do comedy for Hillary Clinton.
Would you do it in Bin Laden's cave?
Yeah.
Think about the acoustics in a cave. The laughs will just be fucking.
You need to get one guy to laugh. You just and
Yeah.
ha.
Yeah.
You know?
Insane laughs.
No, the laughs are. Check this out. The laughter is right here. Say something funny.
Hey, what's up? If we were in a sitcom, that's realistic laugh track.
That's like fucking that's laugh track. That's like, hey, did I do that?
You know what it should be? It should be, did I do that? And then he gets.
And then it's like, where's my money,
Yeah.
bitch? Where the fuck's my money?
Yeah.
But yeah, the opening
Hey.
it's weird. Hit that. See, it's like a fucking. Hey guys, we're live from New York City, broadcasting from the front seat of my fucking car.
I thought it was gonna be a
it's like
creaky
stupid,
door opening.
No,
That
it's
would have
just
been
a fucking,
awesome.
But and there's like I gotta figure out how to do this, but there's 4 noises that I can program myself.
You know what
So
I
you can
think
make
about
drops.
that thing that they just. Yeah, that doesn't sound like booing.
No, it's not booing. You gotta use
It sounds like.
and the awkward button is just like Eagles or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah. It's like, how is that awkward?
Yeah, that's like that's a hawk.
That's just what it sounds like if you go outside in certain
it's
places.
like it's like, hey man, fucking we're in the wild west or whatever it is or whatever. Oh no, you know what we're trapped on a fucking mountain and be like, damn Billy, them buzzards really circling us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that was so. That probably scares the city folk though when they hear that.
You know, fucking what else we got here? Oh, there's you could do like auto tone.
A major,
Talk.
Hey, what's up?
B flat major,
Talk.
Hey, what's up?
See, now you're in B flat major, and now
So is this?
B major,
Why would you want key?
C major,
yo.
Wow.
See
This
that?
is some amazing auto tune. You sound like
flat
T-Pain.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Oh wow. Oh, this just sounds like
I'ma buy
you're
you a
like
drink.
fucking SpongeBob kind of.
Yeah, I can hear SpongeBob in this.
I can't do this
D major.
SpongeBob voice.
D major,
E flat major,
E flat major, no,
E major,
E major.
F major,
Yeah, I know an F major. You know what I'm saying? You know a couple of F majors.
I can't imagine
G flat major,
how this would be used. How do they?
This would be used if you need to sing.
There's no songs that are all in one
sing
key.
Anything. Sing anything. It'll fucking line you up. Yeah, man.
Oh, it's. I was gonna start.
One thing we don't want is fucking dead air. That's how.
Yeah,
that's
sorry,
the number one
sorry.
thing, man.
I was
Number
kinda
one
like-
rule of broadcasting is you
Sorry.
don't want- it's okay. It's
I
okay.
actually have
listen.
multiple personalities, and
you?
one of them just refused to sing
It's pretty
internally.
funny.
They had a vote,
It's
and one of
pretty
them was
funny.
like, "Don't do that." I'm actually a system of personalities. Have you heard about these TikTok things of kids today on TikTok have like all these different
G
mental
major.
disorders?
I believe it because most of them look like they have Down syndrome on TikTok. Like that's a big thing of like kids with Down
Oh,
syndrome.
shit.
Like I need to cut that one. Timestamp cut. But no.
All right, if you get to cut something, I get to cut
No,
something.
we're not cutting shit. We're letting it. I didn't say the retard. I didn't. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
you didn't
Fuck
say
it.
that.
Fuck it. We'll
A
still
flat
say it.
major,
We'll
A
do it
major,
live.
B
We'll do
flat
it live.
major,
How do I turn this
Anyway,
shit?
pro,
Okay, there we go. That's how you turn it the fuck off.
I just think it would be cool if you were a system of personalities.
I think I am a system of personalities, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But they all work cohesively most times.
Oh, nice.
You know, they're like a fucking. They're a system of personalities. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you consider? Do you have like multiple like varying personalities, or they're just an extension of the same personality?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really know. I think I wish I could get really interested in mental health to the point where I could understand my own mental health, but it's not, I don't know. You ever try to you ever try to read so much psychology stuff and just, it's hard to care after a while.
I wound up diagnosing myself with fucking autism and like, but no, I think that like, you know what I did learn? I learned that every sociopath is a narcissist, but not every narcissist is a sociopath.
Oh, nice.
No, wait, I fucked it up. I learned that every psychopath is a narcissist, but not every narcissist is a psychopath.
What's the difference between psychopath and sociopath?
Psychopath is a born behavior, and sociopath is a learned behavior. So psychopaths are born fucking fucked up and shit, whereas sociopaths, it becomes like a learned behavior. It happens for whatever reason.
Okay.
But a lot of them exhibit narcissism. That's the also thing.
Narcissism is becoming a super popular term these days.
It's called body positivity, bitches. It's like they tell you shouldn't be a narcissist, but then they tell you got to be body positive. How do you fucking balance? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you body positive?
No, I'm fucking the opposite. I look at myself, and no matter how good of shape I am, like, you look like shit, bro. You fucking need to, I used to be fat, dude. I used to be 15 pounds at one point.
Whoa.
I'll show you my fatty pictures, bro. I was a fucking dope boy.
Nice.
Were
you, how did it happen?
So I used to be fat. I was born a preemie, and I was a really skinny baby for like many years. And then when we came to America, like I started eating fucking like pizza, hamburgers, all that good shit. And
Nice.
I ballooned up. Like I wasn't really hanging out, wasn't chilling with friends like that. I wasn't being active. And literally, from the age of like 8 to like 12, or even like more than that, I ballooned up. And then in high school, I was like 16 years old, and I was fucking over 200 pounds. It was 215, I remember. And I remember, what was my life-changing moment was my friend's mom picked us up from like work or whatever, and I was sitting in the back seat of her car, and I can see I'm like in the middle of the the back seat, and as we're driving, I could see my reflection in the rear view, and as I'm looking at my reflection, every time she hits a bump, my tits are fucking jiggling. My tits are just violently fucking jiggling and shit. I gotta give it the applause. Yep. Shout out to fucking jiggly tits on men. But yeah, that's what was happening with me. Booyaka, booyaka. But, so yeah, that's what happened. I saw myself with my tits, and I was like, fuck, you gotta do something about it. And then what I did was, you ever seen the infomercial for the Total Gym, like the Chuck Norris thing?
Yeah.
So I got myself one of those, and I literally spent every day on the fucking thing until I was skinny. 3 years.
Nice.
It took me 3 years, yeah.
Nice.
It's dedication, I put up a poster of Britney Spears on the wall, because I was like, if you want to fuck chicks like this, you're going to have to fucking, step your game up. And, yeah.
Unless you're a billionaire. Then you can be gross, I think.
No, you know what it is? It's not. You're not getting real love, I don't think, most of the time. Like, even if you have to, like, if you think some fucking young girl that fucking is, attractive, really wants to go and fuck some gross fucking billionaire, you know what I mean? I would think that there's definitely some trauma in a girl's life if she's gorgeous and she's just fucking some gross billionaire.
Yeah. I bet for some of them it's legitimate, though. They're attracted to the fact that he got all that money,
I think it's a daddy issue. It spawns from whatever it is. But yeah, maybe fucking, who knows? Let me get $1 billion. I'll tell you how it is fucking young chicks if I do.
Yeah.
So.
Would you marry Jeff Bezos?
No, that motherfucker's ugly. I wouldn't fuck him with your dick, bro.
He takes steroids now, I think. He's jacked now.
He's fucking injecting steroids, fucking stem cells, all that good shit straight into him. He's, I forgot what podcast I was listening to, but like somebody was talking about how they're friends with the guy that trains him or whatever. And
nice.
He's just getting younger, bro. He's just injecting fucking those Amazon stem cells into his fucking dick, bro, and just getting fucking stronger, more powerful, fucking, meanwhile we're over here waiting for a fucking delivery to come in.
Yeah. He's got the Amazon Basics stem cells.
Yep.
How come they don't sell some stem cells.
It's illegal here in America. A lot of it, I think, is because of like it's gonna put out the fucking what are they called, the pharmaceutical industry, because the truth is the stem cells work and they actually do keep you healthy and younger, and they can reverse a lot of really bad illnesses and like cancer and shit. And I think that the U.S. healthcare system is fucking needs us to die at a certain point, so they can't be giving us the good shit.
Yeah,
You know,
makes
they
sense.
can't be keeping us alive, bro. They're fucking, you know.
Yeah. Don't you wish you were on the other side of the divide between the billionaires and the non-billionaires?
I wish I was somewhere in the middle of it. Like, I'll be cool being like content, and then, you know, not having to worry about those guys because they got their own fucking headaches. You don't realize it, but like, I'm sure billionaires got billionaire problems they got to deal with. You know, the shit that we don't even fucking think about, that like that's bullshit that they got to put up with. I think in life, maybe the best thing to do is just be under the radar and be fucking, you know, healthy and all right. And, you know,
Yeah. I think if you have $1 billion, you can. I mean, if you had someone you could trust, you just say, make sure this money doesn't get stolen by other people.
it's hard. Look at what's his face. Look at Steve Jobs. He had all the fucking money in the world and still died of cancer.
Yeah.
You know, that's the, you know, I don't know how we got into the topic of Steve Jobs fucking dying and shit, but, you know, I think money is good. I think too much money, it might not be good, but I think having money is better than not having it. You know, I think that there's definitely things that money can get you that would make your life easier. And there's definitely things that money can bring you that'll make your life way more complicated.
Yeah.
You know, I think in the end, I don't know, it's whatever you look for. Everyone's looking for their own fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know, like guys like even like Kevin Hart, like if you look at people who are on top of comedy and stuff like that, like would you want to be at that level one day in comedy, that like, you know, selling out arenas and all that shit?
I don't. It would be so weird to not be able to walk around. You know?
Imagine.
Yeah.
But that's the happy like middle that I talk about, that like, you know, being successful enough that you have whatever it is, but being fucking obscure enough that you still have your freedom.
Yeah.
You know?
But you want a few people to come up to you and ask for your autograph. Sometimes.
Maybe sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That does feel good, right? Like when people recognize or whatever it is.
Maybe it's like not good for you though. You know? Maybe it's like candy.
It's like ego.
It tastes good, but it's not good for
Feeds
you.
the ego too much, and you don't want to feed the fucking ego too much.
Yeah, because then I don't know.
I
You
mean,
would probably handle it well.
I think it's because I've been doing art for so many years that like there's certain levels of success that I've achieved with that. I'm not saying that like, you know, I'm Mr. fucking whatever, but I've had instances where like little things have happened where like, so I went out on a date with a girl one time, and then like she found out like, you know, what I do, and she goes, oh shit, my friend follows you. She knows exactly who you are and stuff like that. So like that was cool. She's like, I told my friend I was on a date with a guy, and I told her who you were, and she knows you and she follows you, and she's fucking super excited. And like that kind of felt cool because that like, you know, it's like, oh shit, random strangers out there, kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
But that was my only instances with all that stuff. I think the goal with comedy is you want to just make work, right? And then you want people to see your work. It's the same thing as art, right? You just want to make something that came from your mind, that you crafted together, that you put out there, and you know, you do want to get that positive reaction from people. I think all art, even comics, I think we all want that like laugh after our joke, you know.
Yeah. You don't want to be someone who's only appreciated after you're dead.
No, definitely not. This is the time for everybody to appreciate, you know, like part of the reason why I'm doing this fucking podcast also is that like I'm in a rare situation where like I come across people like you, like fucking all the other guys at the mics, where everybody's somewhat at a beginning part of their career, and I believe that there's a lot of special people in these rooms, and I do believe that these people are going to go into very, very cool places in life. And for me, I want to be able to, you know, sit down and fucking and just talk and, you know, get some of it on record of just, you know, seeing how people are, get their, you know, putting the light onto the dark. That's basically what I'm trying to do here, you know?
Hell yeah.
I'm getting all poetic and shit, you know?
Yeah.
But that's what it is. We really are in a very unique situation, even just doing comedy and doing some of these spots that we do, you know?
Yeah. No, do you feel like there should be people who are not appreciated during their time?
What do you mean by that?
Like a Van Gogh or someone like that. Should there be... I don't really know what I mean by that.
Do you mean like there's certain artists that are like around that like are just brilliant, but they're not getting out, like they're not heard? Is that what you're saying? Like
yeah, because there's got to be so much of that today.
There is so much of that, and there is so much of that with all aspects of art, and I think with comedy, I think that's also like that because there's so many guys out there that are like, you know, they're funny, they're hilarious, but besides the mics and the few little rooms that they do, they're not letting their voice be heard outside of that. You know what I mean? So I think maybe that's an issue with some of the people, and they don't know how to market themselves. They don't know, maybe they're like socially awkward. Maybe they don't know how to like, you know, they don't understand that there is a business end to some of this shit also necessarily, you know, and they could be great at mics. They could be great at just being funny. They got great material, but, you know, they're just not good at other things that are, you know.
But you know how some of the people who are liked the most, people like them because they're not just, they're not only caring about success and money, you know, like people who self-sabotage a lot.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And so sometimes I have no point. I don't know why.
I think most people self-sabotage. I think most people, that's the whole thing about it. Anytime you try to do something, like comedy is one of those things where it's in the realm of like an impossible thing, right? In some ways that like in the world, you know, of all the people that like can actually go up. So, like, if you think about it this way, like, you ask your average person that you meet, have you ever went up on stage to do comedy? Most people are going to say no, right? So, like, right away, you do something, and most people, like, you ask them, what's your biggest fear is public speaking. Like, literally getting up in front of a group of strangers and talking is people's, like, biggest fucking fear. So right away, you get rid of, like, a giant chunk of the population that will never, ever do comedy, that will never, ever get into it or whatever it is, just because it's just, you know, not their nature. Now you knock that down, right? And now you got the guys that actually are willing to do comedy, right? Now you got guys that are coming in, and then you knock that down to, you know, there's guys who do it once, it's shit, and then they never do it again. They're nervous or whatever, right? And then you got guys that fucking show up every week, and they keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Now, out of those guys, there's also a good percentage that, like, maybe they shouldn't keep doing it every week. It's not really leading to anywhere. But out of, you know, that other thing, you do see sparks of potential with people. There's a lot of sparks of potential with a lot of people, you know?
Yeah.
And you do see improvement. You do see certain people get better. I've seen that. I've seen people go up on mics. I'm like, oh, they're dog shit. And then, like, you know, a few months later, I see them go up and they're like, oh, they've considerably improved. They're like...
Yeah,
you know?
You never know what's going on in that person's life. Maybe they can't devote any mental energy to comedy for like months,
right?
But they're still just going,
right? You know, but I also feel like, I don't know, for me personally, like mics are only like a part of the whole thing that you got to do. You have to do everything in some ways. Like podcasting, I feel like I'm more comfortable from doing this on certain than mics because, like I said, with when you're up and you're trying to like stay material, there's a structure to it. Where here, I'm just fucking bullshitting with you. You know what I'm saying? We're just talking. You know, that's what I like about podcasting. It's just the conversation, you know?
Would you rather be a podcaster or stand-up if you had to just pick one? Or you could just reject the question. I don't know.
I mean, if I had to choose one, it would. If I couldn't do one or the other, I would do stand-up just because that's, you know, it's basically what I compare it to is like podcasting is like seeing an animal in a zoo, and stand-up is like seeing an animal in the wild. So I'd want to be in the wild. You know what I mean? Like if that was my only of the option of the two. But however, I feel like the two actually feed each other, and the two actually go hand in hand. And like I feel like you know, recognizing that and working on all of them, because the truth is that I've come to kind of see is that, you know, if you want to do like shows, right? you could do as many shows as you want, but if nobody shows up to see those shows, you know, it's not really gonna. How are you gonna get people to show up and see you and pay the fucking money to see you?
Yeah.
That's the you know.
Did you grow up in a city?
No, I grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up in Bensonhurst. And,
Well, yeah, that's a city.
well, I'm not in the city. Well, Brooklyn is. Yeah, I guess.
No, what I mean is like
in New York, yes.
if you grow up in a rural area, when are you ever gonna see stand-up comedy?
On TV, on specials, on whatever it is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But even like living in New York, like, you know, there used to be a big comedy club in Sheepshead Bay, not too far from where I live, called Pip's Comedy Club. It's like a world famous. That's where actually, what's his name? Andrew Dice Clay got started. But so there was that, but I never went there because I was too young, and they closed by the time I was like in my early 20s, and I really didn't have any interest. I was just fucking. In my early 20s, my dad passed away, so all I wanted to do was just get fucked up, get pussy, and fucking sniff some coke from time to time, you know? So that was like, you know, that. So I never really even, comedy was never a thought. I never even went to a comedy club. I'm trying to think, my first comedy club show that I went to actually was my ex. She used to go to these like One Iota or whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about? Where you sign up and you could be part of like audiences in like different places. Like, so she signed up to be like an audience member of some MTV show. And we went, and they were recording. It was called like Face Palm or like TV Remote. They didn't have a name for the show yet. They were just. I remember they were like, "We don't have a name, so we're not going to say the name. We're just going to like, you know, we'll do that in post." But the guest on the show, I remember. So the host was Hassan Minaj, and Andrew Schultz was also on the show. He was also one of the guests, and there was another. I forgot who else the other comedians were that were on the show, but I remember seeing that, and then I became a huge fan of Schultzy, and my ex wound up getting us tickets to I believe it was the Cellar. I forgot which comedy club it was, but it was Andrew Schultz was the headliner. Chris DiStefano was the feature. Jade Catapretta was the opener, and Big J Okerson was also on that show. So that was the first comedy show I ever saw. Was that one? Do you remember your first comedy show?
That I saw?
Yeah, like a real one in person.
It was probably at Gotham. I saw Rachel Feinstein or something, and then the second time I was there, I saw Joey Diaz, which was cool.
Oh, you got to see Joey Diaz perform.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, it was cool.
What kind of material was he doing? Was he doing like,
he was
hey,
talking about
set a Raz hole on fire, this and that, fucking.
Yeah, basically talking about his daughter, talking about Joe Rogan for a second. Basically that being old, probably, or feeling old. But I really haven't seen too much, to be honest.
I wish he was still performing, man. That's like that's my spirit animal, is Joey Diaz. He was one of the reasons why I actually jumped into doing stand-up, was because I used to watch the church or whatever, and the shit that he was talking about, there was parallels to it with like doing art, just like the way he described doing comedy and just doing like I'll give you an example, like what I find similar, like with doing art shows and doing comedy shows, is there was art shows that I've done where I have my car loaded up with fucking paintings and I'm just driving to this place, and in my head I'm thinking like, what the fuck am I doing with my life right now? You know, it's like, you're like, why am I showing up to this place? Why am I doing this? Da da da. And then you show up and you do it, and it's fucking amazing. And I've had that same exact feeling with comedy, where you're just like, why the fuck am I going to this open mic right now? I could be doing 20 other fucking things, and you show up, and then it's fucking awesome, and you're like, you know what? This is why I do it. You ever have that?
Yeah, there are times, where it's fun. So
And then there are times you're just like, why did I do this to myself? My
Yeah.
self-esteem was perfectly great before I fucking came out here.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mostly blame myself for not having anything to say. Just not thinking about it when I'm not about to do it.
Right.
When I feel like to be really great at it, you should be thinking about it all the time. But I want to think about my videos all the time, honestly.
So you like the editing and the video production part of it all, actually.
Yeah. And I'll be thinking about, should I cut this or not? So I'll be thinking about that.
You know what I like about the video end stuff is that you could go to open mic, right? You can go into an open mic and there'll be, depending on what it is, but let's say there's like 5 comedians at the end of it all and you're performing and they've seen you say the same fucking things or whatever. It's kind of like, open mic, right? The way I look at it is like, sometimes you make a cool video and that video gets more eyes on it than anybody will see you at the open mic.
Yeah.
So it's like, you just want to spread your funny. You just want to spread the funny, So
Yeah, I think the internet is just so important in terms of being a creative
Right.
person in general,
right.
that you got to have a video of something. And
You know what's funny? I always see these comedians that that are on Instagram and shit, and they're like, "Oh, I'm a comedian." They have like 100 pictures of them like on a stage with a microphone, but they have no fucking video of any of their fucking comedy. They have no video of anything. It's like, really? Like,
yeah,
you got nothing to show? Like, or you're really holding on to your material that much?
yeah,
Like, I don't get it. Maybe there's just, I don't know.
yeah. What do you think comedy will be like in 100 years if humanity is still around?
I think, honestly, I think it's going to be broken up. Like it's already starting to get broken up. Like there's different rooms, there's different types of people that think, there's different rooms out there that like, it's just a bunch of people talking to each other about like social justice awareness issues and inequality and all this shit. And to them, they're like, this is what you need to talk about in an open mic. And it's like, I think that has its own market. And then there will be people that's what they want to listen to. But I always think that there will be like the dirty cockroach market of people that fucking still want to hear jokes. They still want to hear shit. They want to fucking, people still want to laugh. I just don't know what they're going to be laughing about in 100 years.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be different.
But I wonder if it'll be more alt, or I wonder if there'll still be Seinfeldian.
I think it's going to break. I think it's going to fracture like crazy. I think it's going to, the anti-PC is going to become even more anti-PC, and I think the PC is going to become even more PC. And I think that there's going to be people that, and it's already starting to happen. Like there's certain people that like, you can't use certain words around them or else they get offended and shit like that. Like I'll give you an example. Like I was talking to some girl and I said the word retard by accident. She's like, you can't use that word. I'm like, sure, I'm using it as a medical term to define a mental deficiency. And she's like, well,
she was like, okay.
She's like, it's not a medical term anymore. So I opened up a medical dictionary. I'm like, yes, it is. But whatever, like, I get it. But she's like, I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to be offensive with it. I understand that, like, I do care about people that have disabilities or whatever it is. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. But she's like, then you shouldn't use that word or whatever it is. But the truth is that, like, I think intent is what really matters with stuff. And people might disagree with me, but I think intent is what really fucking matters,
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
man.
I mean, it matters in the law if you intend to kill someone or not.
Right. It's funny. My friend actually has a joke about like attempted murder and shit. I don't want to, whatever. I'll give up his joke. But it's like, attempted murder. It's like, you couldn't even get that right. And shit, like he's like, some people are fucking some people get 15 counts of attempted murder. He's like, I would have given up after the third. It's pretty funny though, but it's true.
Shit,
dude, we've been going for fucking almost 50 minutes. Look at this.
I know, it's dope.
Yeah, man, I'm just fucking bullshitting. How does Joe Rogan sit around for 3 hours just fucking smoking joints and fucking just,
I don't know,
talking shit,
And he shames his guests that have to pee.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I got to talk to Jamie now.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta pee.
I gotta piss also. I think in about a minute or two we should start wrapping it up. Maybe.
You want to maybe get food somewhere?
Yeah, we're gonna get some food somewhere because I'm fucking starving. I gotta piss, and fucking yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
It's been fucking dope sitting here though. It's been cool. This is the first podcast in the fucking car. I don't know. I've seen like on Kill Tony, they've podcasted from the car. But this could be a thing, dude. If we take a fucking road trip with a group of comics, we could fucking broadcast right from the vehicle. That's the that's
That'd
the
be
goal
dope.
here. Like this, like literally, I'm ready to take this thing anywhere I fucking go, and we're ready to fucking podcast. We're ready to just fucking get it out there, dude. You know, you're right here live. You know, hell yeah.
That's what it's all
Thank
about.
you guys. Thank you guys so much. And we don't fuck around. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Fuck yo bitch, son. But anyways, I guess hold on. We gotta fucking we gotta play the outro music, you know, and that's it, guys. You fucking thanks for joining us. Thank you, Steve, for coming out. Yo, hold on. Let the people know where they can find you.
Instagram, steve.cringe with a K.
And you can find me, as always, at Oleg K Comedy and Oleg Cutler on YouTube. That's OLEGKUTLER. And this has been the fucking Break Oleg podcast. See you guys next episode.
Peace.